welcome to the Patriot Hour for Saturday, December 28th, 2019. Still got a few days left here in 2019, folks. Yes, we do. Again, if you're new to the Patriot Hour, thank you for stopping by, giving us some of your time. We know you're busy, your days are hectic. It is Saturday. It is kind of the tail end of one holiday weekend coming into another, or in the next few days, New Year's Eve. Again, I just want to encourage all of you, like you have been, and like we've always said here from the beginning, our only agenda is to promote freedom, liberties, to educate you in those areas. Always think for yourself, connect your own dots. Never take what we say here to be 100%, fact or word. We try to bring you that. We try to follow along and together. I got these over the holidays. Awesome. The Constitution, Declaration, Bill of Rights. Okay. I would highly suggest getting these little National Archive, they're not much bigger than, your hand. Really good material to always have on hand and keep yourself, up to par with your God-given rights. All right. We didn't get those from government. We get those from God, and we fight for them. Man is always going to try to do something, all right, as we're seeing within the government. 80% needs to go. Is it going to happen sooner than later? There's a big buildup. We got a lot of Q posts. We're going to jump right into them. Again, I encourage you to subscribe, all right? A lot of you are talking about, I'm not getting the alerts. When you subscribe, then next to that, you can ring the bell. You need to ring that bell, and then you can hit the little thing next to the bell to toggle. And it's going to ask you how you want to be alerted, by vibration of your device, your tablet, your phone, and then also what you want to be alerted for. Make sure you're all set up. YouTube, I have heard, plays with that sometimes, does resets things. I'm unsubscribed. I'm not. I haven't rang the bell. When I did, now it's not. It's unrang. I don't know. So check that out. Make sure you're all still set up exactly how you want to be. All right, again, let's jump in here. We got quite a few updates. We're going to kind of take a look at some of these, all right? I'm going to say 3755, Pearson Publishing CEO to retire. We got a Q proof here. Takes us to a Twitter. If you click the Twitter link, to a resignation, QAnon. Pearson CEO to help to retire, and company will sell remaining Penguin Random House. The London-based education publisher said Phelan will retire in 2020 once a successor has been appointed. So again, here in the next one, 3756, something big is coming. When will they ask the question? Something big is coming. Got a picture here from, looks like, inside Marine One. Most likely. I don't know. I don't see a blade, but probably Marine One. Stepping out. There's the press with the little rope. Don't cross the line. And to be sitting in there taking that photo, got a little bit of access. All right. Something big is coming. This came at 10:58 yesterday evening on the 27th. Again, on the 27th, we get God Wins at 11 p.m. An anonymous person on the boards put God Wins, and Q took it and just reposted it without saying anything. That says enough. That says it all, right? 3757, God Wins. 3758 came at 11:26 p.m. on the 27th. Get these a little bigger here. And it jumped way up. Good information here, folks. So God Wins, 3757. We go up to 3758. Came on the 27th of December, 2019 at 11:26 p.m. Got a repost from 3591 from the 13th of November. For context here, all right? We got a YouTube, follow the family. Twitter, Real Donald Trump, they are fighting for their lives. Good people in place. Got a link to Donald Trump's Twitter here, official. Wow, crazy Nancy, what's going on? This is big stuff. So OAN news network exposes the Democrats and their Ukrainian ties. Joe Hunter and Nancy and Paul seems like it's a family affair. What's going on here? Pay attention to 113 in this video, as it has been removed from social media. Again, I'll leave that link like we always do down below. Check it out. Or if we got time, if I remember, I'll play it at the end. All right, they are fighting for their lives. Good people in place. So again, we get the POTUS tweets about the Biden-Pelosi family corruption in the Ukraine 30 minutes after Q drops, 37:59. 28th of December 2019 at 12:12. This is earlier, way earlier this morning, right after midnight, 12 minutes after. We get Trump's actual tweet that we just looked at. All right, took it right from Constitutional Republic, OAN. Donald J. Trump retweets himself 2 hours later, driving the point home. Post drop, 5 of 5. Seems like it. 3760. Bill Barr, what was the agenda to keep pushing FISA-gate post-election after their case collapsed? This takes us to videos that we've shown here. And Barr asked a question that needed to be asked. What was their agenda after the election? Why do they keep pressing for more? They lie, cheat, and steal from we the people, and they don't give a esh about our power and control. So if you remember that was a really good interview Barr did. But yeah, I mean, if your true good investigations led you to have to look at Trump or a citizen, fine. But what was this push of when things didn't add up to remove things, to make sure it kept going? See, we know that on our side, but these people that are asleep, that are not awake, they got to ask these questions to themselves and get them answered. You don't keep pushing something forward unless you're trying to drive that narrative. So think about it. Logic, all right? Logic, folks. Logic. That'll always prevail. All right, so connect the dots. Let me grab that one. You won't be able to hear it that way. I have to hit another button on my board over there that it makes it echoey if I talk over. So it's just better to go this way.
But also, I told him, but also a few weeks ago, I told him that he should spend just as much attention on the post-election period. And I did that because of some of the stuff that Horowitz has uncovered, which to me is inexplicable. Inexplicable. Well, what I said is their case collapsed after the election, and they never told the court, and they kept on getting renewals on these applications. There was documents falsified in order to get these renewals. There was all kinds of withholding of information from the court. And the question really is, what was the agenda after the election that kept them pressing ahead after their case collapsed? This is the President of the United States.
There you go. Plain and simple. What was their agenda to keep pushing forward? 3761. CNN in panic mode over POTUS tweeting QAnon accounts and fake whistleblower's name. CNN's Brian Stelter is calling out President Trump's RTs this morning of QAnon accounts. He claims this is very unpresidential and is in full-blown panic mode. Let's grab this and have a good laugh. It's always great to see people melt down. That's what I live for. That's joking.
He's retweeted bots and fan accounts of the conspiracy group QAnon. CNN chief media correspondent Brian Stelter joins us now. Brian, we're not going to show the tweets because we don't want to aid in the spread of that junk. But the president has been on a bit of a tear recently.
Yeah, misinformation and disinformation coming from the President of the United States from his Twitter feed. This is not necessarily brand new. We know he's been doing this for years, but it is still galling. It is still shocking. Frankly, it is unprecedented to see dozens of these kinds of posts, anti-Democrat, anti-whistleblower, all of this content that would offend anybody who believes in the basic principles of our democracy. Let me give you an example of what he's been sharing. For the first time, late on Friday night, he posted the alleged name, this unsubstantiated name, of the intelligence community whistleblower. Now, he's posted more than 100 times about the alleged whistleblower, but never actually published what he may think is the name of this person. But that's what he did late on Friday night, sharing a random Twitter user's post that contained this name. Now, of course, CNN and other news outlets do not know the identity of the whistleblower and are not speculating about the person's identity, but clearly the President of the United States wants that to be happening. Apparently, though, sometime overnight, he unshared, unretweeted that post, along with dozens of other posts that he'd been sharing, anti-Democrat, pro-Trump messages, comparing Democrats to rats, calling Nancy Pelosi crazy, that sort of thing. Let me show you what the...
Oh, man, that's it. That was the end of it. Awesome. Complete meltdown. They've been wrong for 3 years, talking about a unsubstantiated Russia hoax. See how they use these words when it's something that they don't like or that's true? But when it's their angle, they are 100% talk show over there. If you tune in, they just bash Trump with cut downs and insults and push unsubstantiated false news of Russia and Trump and all the other things in between to where we're at now. So they have no room to even... Oh, Brian Stelter. Real meltdown mode. And it's hilarious, to say the least. All right, so 3761, CNN in panic mode. 3762, CIA Director Gina Haspel knew about the Spygate operation in the Ukraine and is working with John Durham. Okay, so we got a repost here from the 30th of 2018. I don't know what that's covered up, if it's November or DNI Gov Files. Ramison Nicholas, important name to remember, former director of NCTC. We got a McCainInstitute.org. Think FISA, think No Name. White House visitor logs, No Name Hussein and dates. White House visitor log, No Name Brennan Hussein. No Name Brennan Comey Hussein. No Name Brennan Clapper Rice Hussein. Dates replaced by Defense Intelligence Liaison of the British Intelligence in London. Think Ukraine. Current director of the CIA. Ukraine bio removed. CIA Station Chief London. Furthermore, Haspel is seen as a Russian expert and close ally of Britain's MI6, having been London Station Chief from 14 to 17. The Guardian story here, Gina Haspel, CIA Director. The more you know. So we got a Twitter here from Natasha Bertrand. New, the CIA Director herself may get drawn into the Barr Durham probe as they investigate rumors about the Joseph Misford, a London station chief in 2016. Haspel was briefed on the Russia-linked professor's contact with Papadopoulos, per source, one of two. Intel probe puts CIA Haspel in a bind. Look at the date here, 28th. Earlier this morning, the review led by U.S. Attorney John Durham is making life uncomfortable for America's cautious spy chief. The prosecutor appointed by Attorney General Barr to examine the origins of the Russian investigation is focusing much of his attention on the CIA, which he should be, because we know this leads all the way over to seas with Brennan and Clapper and all kinds of rogue agents, thinking they were doing everything out of the scope of the U.S. with the Five Eye. I mean, we know that it was like Australia, Italy, the U.K. Not looking good. These people have already had lots of people fired. Look at the people that stepped down, these no-name people within our own agencies right after Trump won, folks. So the prosecutor, John Durham, has reportedly asked CIA for former Director John Brennan's communications as he examines the January 2017 intelligence community assessment that concluded Russian President Vladimir Putin intervened in the election, specifically to help Donald Trump. Barr has been skeptical of the agency's conclusions about Putin's motivations, despite cooperation by the GOP-led Senate Intelligence Committee and an adversarial review by former CIA Director Mike Pompeo. But intelligence community veterans say that Durham probe could force Haspel to choose between protecting her agency from Trump's wrath and bowing to Barr's wishes. They point to FBI Chief Chris Wray, who has found himself at the odds with the president in the recent weeks over a watchdog report that about the Bureau's conduct. So we know that wasn't 100% bad, but it exposed a lot of angles. So Haspel made for director for a specific reason. Brennan tapped directly for support. Brennan, Classified Security Division, spy underscore T, Trump. If CIA was running black op, spy T in the Ukraine, would Haspel's station chief be informed and instructed? Most likely so. It's kind of hard to run something out of an area unless you kind of got the people there involved, certain people. So MI6, right? Meetings with John Durham. The only way to restore faith is through transparency and accountability, which means we'll get a little bit more of this in the D class. That's what we're waiting on, folks. We don't need to listen to these people. None of them, as they go on CNN and MSNBC on a book tour for literally a year. Because if we gave any criminal, literally people that are found guilty, they'll scream the whole way out of the courtroom. People in jail are all innocent. Yeah, me too. One guy starts screaming out of his cell, and then everyone else, yeah, I'm innocent too. Nobody on death row did it. Nobody in the cell block did it, There's all those little great sayings, right? So the only way to restore the faith is to let it all hang out, all right? Give us the D class. 3763, Gina Haspel is a CIA station chief. Get the one we just read. We got this. Her little background, which we've seen before. But Gina Haspel began her career on 1985, January 6th, as an officer. From that moment, named deputy director of the CIA in 2017, her entire CIA career was classified. So before that, it was just a whole classified life. Language and other training, chief of station, just... Go up here to 3764. FBI and CrowdStrike concealed the real source of the DNC data breach, Seth Rich, and framed Russia. DNC servers, CrowdStrike. Did the Russia break into the DNC servers? No. Hell no. We know it doesn't add up. We've looked at the raw source file and the stringer code. And anytime you move something off of a hard drive, whether it be from a download or from the network or from the literal machine on site, me sitting right here, shoving a thumb drive right into a USB here right now. If I go to move a file, it's going to act a couple different ways, folks, all right? It's going to give me a stringer code and tell me how it was moved, how quick, how long it took for the file to come off, all right? Whether it was, and if it was downloaded, all right? So there's always something in that line item you can see, and it tells you how quick. Of course, the quickest is on site, me shoving a literal USB right into the machine, and it's going to tell me, how fast that went. The speeds that we saw from the WikiLeaks, the source code, the source file, and they tell us it come from Russia all the way to the U.S. Now, there was no possible way at the speeds that it transmitted. It was more so that of a network, that of like literal access, more like somebody on the inside. Or if the Russians, infiltrated the DNCs, and was working in, not so far out. I mean, look at this Awan guy. He had access and he was physically there. So maybe, but we know it was a Seth Rich who was with that Awan guy the night he was seen dead, I believe. All right. So why did the FBI accept indirect evidence for the server hack break-in by CrowdStrike through the Ukraine? Why didn't the FBI directly investigate the server themselves? Well, anytime in a big investigation, according to Comey, they will contract things out if, need be, which is perfectly fine. I don't believe so. Download speed, internal data, download versus remote. Gone over this, all right? Real clear politics. Assange to Hannity. Our source was not the Russian government. So, how does one provide content to WikiLeaks? Comp to comp, person to person, personal comms secured prior to release. The source, feeder, recipient. Interning for the DNC can be deadly. Interning for the DNC can be deadly. Talk about Seth Rich. Does CrowdStrike possess government capability to track, break-in, and route? Does CrowdStrike possess government capability regarding foreign intercepts? Possible to layer insert code, CrowdStrike, to designate intruder, intended target. NSA data bridge, DNC, CrowdStrike bulk data collection. Matters of national security. In the brackets, highest levels. FISA is only the beginning. The hole is really deep. We know that. That is awesome right there. Awesome. Bad man. All right. A higher loyalty. What happened? Hillary Rodham. Oh, Lordy. Incoming. Boom. Future will prove past. Prosecute Comey for leaking memos. Bigger slam dunk charges are coming. Public understanding of events just around the corner. That's from 8/1 of 19. So Comey and McCabe jailed for treason. So here we go. So we're looking at the paper dated July 9th, concerned volume, the supposedly hacked material, what was called the transfer rate. The time a remote hack would require. The metadata established several facts in regard of the granular precision on the event of July 5th, 2016. 1,976 megabytes of data were downloaded from the DNC server. The operation took about 87 seconds. This yields a transfer rate of 22.7 megabytes per second. These statistics are matters of record and essential to disproving the hack theory. No internet service provider, such as a hacker would have to use in mid-2016, was capable of downloading rate at this speed, compounding this contradiction. Guccifer claimed to have run his hack from Romania, which for numerous reasons, technically called delivery overheads, would slow down the speed of a hack even further from maximum achievable speeds. I did an episode on this 8 months ago, folks. So, like we said, back in the 2016, and now people get this confused. Like, no, I have a really huge speed here for us for this channel, but that doesn't negate how far if I'm going to try to hack something over in Russia, and more so from those countries here, and the transfer rate. And if you're a good hacker, you're going to go through many of different. Anyway. It's impossible, all right? It's impossible for and that's why the government, for this whole lie, they just say Russia hacked the DNC. They don't give you how, why, and it's like the very first thing. And it's like, for some of us, we haven't been able to get past that little thing. Because if you're not going to explain it, then we don't believe it. And then everything after, which is everything we're dealing with now, doesn't add up either. Because it's all based on a lie, all right? You find that one little lie, they don't ever cover it up great in any of their evil, all right? It's always there. It's always sitting there for people with the eyes to see and the ears to hear, all right? So the DNC, is that our last one? We already made it up there. So Comey jailed. Unbelievable, folks. Lots coming. All right, we're at the 25-minute mark. I'll go ahead and shut this one down. I want to jump on and give you guys these updates. We did it. We got through it. Again, I'm Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. Make sure you are subscribed. I'll probably be got another video coming out at some point today, and look forward to stuff throughout the next few days. A little lack. I got family, trying to manage everything in between. But I'm always here for you as much as, as well as I'm here for my own family, of course. But I want to keep you guys informed and, you know, the holidays are always rough for everybody, but enjoy your time. You can never get it back. And that's what's most important, family, all right? Again, I'm Michael. Love all of you Patriots. It's been great. We're hitting the 2-year mark here in about a month. It would be February. Can't remember the exact date. I believe February 8th or so. But again, thank you. Thank you guys all for everything. Take a look down below. Leave a comment. Give a thumbs up on your way out. And we'll see you back here on the next Patriot Hour Update video coming real soon.